This video is intended for adults and children upwards the age of 14. Viewer discretion is advised. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all 14 and up? You thought I'd forget that, did you? I just wanted to pop the DX reference. It just was so much fun. I'm feeling good today. I had a little bit of some weird stuff with my smartphone, but that's sorted for now. So for today's review, we're back and we got the newest one from Storm Collectibles, Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers line. We take a look at Ken Masters. So welcome back, people. Welcome back to a new episode of Crate Reviews, where I just show you shit from my collection. That's the thing. There are no deals behind this, nothing. All you see on my channel is me. So if you don't like it, I suppose you give a thumbs down. If you love it, I suppose you give a thumbs up. And if you want to talk to me, everything else is in the description below, or leave me a comment. Alright? So today, Street Fighter 2, one of my favorite games of all time. I almost played them all. Like, I didn't have that bit of a, let's call it a love then for Street Fighter 3. That was kind of, that's a little bit too professional. You know, I'm the guy that was sitting on the couch with his friends and I'm just beating the shit out of people. And one of the characters I did that with was Ken Masters. And I was happy enough to get him from my buddy Kevin Lamb over in the Netherlands from TF Robots. So if you want Storm Collectible figures and you want them at a okay price, I'm gonna be fair. Not the best price, but the good price. And if you want to go shopping and you're in the vicinity after Corona, you actually got a chance to pick these guys up by yourself. So that's always cool. And like I said, it's one of my favorite characters together with Akuma, and Ryu is coming soon too, but I have a problem to sort out because QC with Storm Collectibles wasn't the best on those guys as it seems, because I needed to stiffen up the head a little bit on the joint. We'll get to that in a bit. And Ryu came with 2 left fists. So I'm getting a new one. But shipping is currently also very expensive from Netherlands, so we wait on that a little bit, and essentially it's the same. But still, one of my favorite characters too, so he's coming also, but Ken Masters first. Like I said, used to beat the shit out of guys with him, also sometimes Bison, and whenever I feel the need, also Guile or Blanca, but Ansatsuki, that was my jam. That was my jam. I love how they played, but then along came Akuma. So that's when this happened. And it's a super dope figure and really reminiscent when you look at him. That's Ken right there, you know? That's Ken, and our affiliate over at the Shoryuken art, let's call it like that. I think I pop in Street Fighter 2 later. I think I'm gonna do that. Because it's always funny how people play it differently, you know? Some people play them like they're supposed to be. Like, you use the Shoryuken as an anti-air maneuver. When guys are jumping, you just pop a Shoryuken and you're done. And some people just spam the Shoryuken all day long. I'm the first. I'm there in the first category, and man, I'm in love with this figure. So good. A little bit limited on the articulation, a little bit, because they're way more bulky. You know, if you want a little bit more slender, you're over at SH Figure Arts. They got those sorted, but this is a dope ass figure, and we're gonna take a look at it all top down as always. On the box, we're gonna do it real quick because this is the same as with Street Fighter and as with Mortal Kombat. We got partial varnishing on the front, on the side, on the back we got a few action shots. We got a nice pixelated profile shot of him on the front, more partial varnishing on the side here. And if you want to see everything in detail, how it really works and how it looks and how the partial varnishing comes through, there's my Segat review, you can check that out. And there's also a backdrop, that is really cool. That works better than on the others. I'm gonna show you real quick. We got a stage, super pixelated. This actually got me thinking of doing maybe a Street Fighter diorama. Not as big, but still. And on the back, we got a super combo. Few smudges there from the packaging, but nevertheless, you got a possibility. So I think that's cool, and it's just better than white, right? So there's that. So background back in the box. If you have enough of me rambling on, we can just crack on. And here we got everything in the box. And of course, as always, we start with the instructions because no one wants to see a boring piece of paper too long, right? So nice color printed. I don't know why Storm Collectibles can't do it on Mortal Kombat, but like really on like the loading screen, Street Fighter 2 in the background, the nice Super Street Fighter 2 introduced art of him, age 17 plus, and everything how we switch out the head, the Shoryuken effect, Hadouken on the stand, hands, so enhanced flexibility design, and I can really underline that, and that's on the back, so all you need. Next we get rid of those hands, and those are a little bit weathered. We have posing open hands, posing really clenched hands, and posing a little bit more open hands, meaning those are, yeah, maybe these are for the full Hadouken. They're sculpted nicely. We see fingernails, we see wrinkles, a little bit of sprue lines here, but overall they are done very, very nicely with the hand protection here going all around. The color could have been pulled through a little bit better. I don't know, I see a little bit of quality going down percentage wise on Storm Collectibles. Like here we got color on the fingers actually. Guys, you need to get your shit in check. But the weathering looks good on the on the protections, on the glove thingies. I don't know what to call them. If you got a better word for them or you know it, please put it in the comments. All right. So the sculpting goes all around. That's also very nice. But also the paint smudges, they are everywhere. Not one hand is perfect. Not one hand is perfect. That is seldom. Nevertheless, 8 in total with the 2 assembled right out of the box, and you exchange them, you already guess it, by just pulling one off and pressing the one you want on. At first they are a little bit tighter because the bore hole is a little bit tighter, but otherwise they work just fine. You got a lot of possibility with this because of the socket that's actually widened in the lower arm. So everything functions like it should. Actually very realistic, a lot of possibilities. Thumbs up. And also important, I pulled the other hand off and the pack stayed in the arm. 2 for 2. 4 heads in total, but I show you all of them, of course. We have a grinning, we have a simple, and we have a beat up, and we have a screaming. And they are all done good, but there are a few slight problems. Like on this one here, this eye is painted a little bit higher up than on the rest. I don't know why, but they did. The good part is they are all coherent enough that it doesn't really spring to the eye, you know? So that's good. And the super fucked up face looks super fucked up. Amazingly done, really like in the game over screen. Excellent. Maybe the blood is a little light on the color, could have been a little bit more poppin', but blue eyes work well. He looks, yeah, he's got his ass handed to him, so that's dope. And the sculpting is just excellent on all the rest. And we're looking at the head, like because of the hair and everything overall is the same on all of them, right? With the hair and how they styled with the eyebrows and everything. So these are the additional heads. Like a full view on the face, we're gonna do a little bit. But of course, if you want to pull that off, you just pull it off and you take the one you want. I would say for now we take this one and you pull it on and it sits quite well. I actually tend to, on this one, I don't know about your copy, but mine had to, I put a little layer of super glue inside the pack hole of the head because it was a little loose on this guy. You see, it's very, very easy to pull off, but I mean, it's good. It's still posable. It's just a little bit too loose, just a slight bit, you know, but just so you know, otherwise it works perfectly normal. Next up, we got this translucent shoryuken effect, and it's pretty glorious. We have a lot of translucent light parts showing in between, so it's actually like it's a flame. That's really nice. Lighter orange or yellow on the tip, and going into orange, into red to the rest, and also a little bit lighter orange on the back here. That's working really, really nice. And we have some kind of, I hope you see that, some sculpted fist design in here. So if you want to attach it, we're just going to do it like that. You just put it over and you push it in the best you can. I mean, there's no other way to put it. You just do it like this, and it actually stays on very, very well. So that's very, very nice. Next effect piece blew my mind. Who looked at our little haul video, Dan and me, when we visited TF Robots, if you didn't check that out. A Hadouken effect, and it is multi-layered. This is loose, yes, but what's inside is the interesting part. You can adjust this how you see fit. This actually rotates. That is interesting. And I don't know if it is supposed to, but this can come out and you see actual energy hands that you can pop off even. I didn't see that. You can even pop those off and have a secondary full clear Hadouken, if you will. Also nice. Or, like what I actually meant by this, fully sculpted, I believe that was the one that was, yeah, that was supposed to go on here. That is showing him just recently firing it, and you just push it in here. And also with these, with this border thing, you just need to rampage it in there a little bit, you know. But it works really, really well, and you need to adjust it then accordingly to the little hole for the stand. There it is in there. So I think the sculpting and the color is absolutely pretty perfect. Great on the end here, looks a little bit more icy, but I like that. Super clear on here, blue on the corners. It's actually pretty much the same material, also color everywhere. It just looks glorious. This is the best Hadouken ever. And the funny thing is, he's not doing that many Hadouken. Like, the Hadouken master is Ryu. So why did he get the better Hadouken effect? I mean, he, if at all, should have, I don't know, like a flame cover for the enemies. You know what I mean? So I think this is superb. This is the best Hadouken ever. Yeah, I'm speechless at this piece. I'm really speechless. This is probably the best effect piece I've ever seen in my entire life. And to top it off, it comes with a stand. We have multiple pieces where to mount the Hadouken on. Several clear pieces. You just do the math. You put 2 and 2 together. And then you take the Hadouken, find the accompanying hole, and then we got this. And then you can put it down. And we're gonna do some posing later on a little bit with a Storm Collectibles set, and also some comparisons, of course. And then we'll show how good these actually look. But I think that Storm Collectibles is doing effect pieces and stands together with this. That's what I say, fan service. And even though they have become a tad, just a tiny tad more expensive than they were, I don't know what's in there. Weird piece. It's still a lot you get for the money, you know? So yeah, all the accessories. Let's talk about the man himself. Let's get to Ken. Glorious. Isn't he glorious? Take him in. Very cool gi, front to back, very clean. Even the knee joints are colored, so if you squint, no problem there. Great sculpting. Like I said, the eye is a little higher, but overall, nevertheless, that's Ken Masters down to a T. Just amazing. We have super great done face with even the little 3 spiky eyebrows here, same as in the game. That's super dope. Eyes look great. The whole details on the face with the nose, everything is sculpted severely well. Looks really good. With the spiky, let me just call it front hair. I know you got a different word, you guys, but I just call it front hair because I'm missing the word here. So that looks good. The hair is sculpted throughout, a little bit of a line here, but also on the back here looked really good. Soft, works nice, and as you see, a lot of motion down. We'll get to that in a little bit. The gi is soft good, meaning rubber, but very flexible. Works excellent. With a few shades here, a little bit of white here, a little bit of black here. I don't know if that's actually kind of on purpose, but it looks okay. Few black spots on the front here, but you can rub that off. Arms are nicely detailed here with muscles and with veins. Also with the gauntlets and with the gloves here. We got stitching lines here, some weathering effect here. Fists are all done nicely. So also stitching lines here on the gi, like here, and on the back. That's all very nicely done. Looks excellent. The belt also nicely textured, looking good. A little bit of weathering here. And what I showed you on Akuma, you can do this here too. You can pull off this and you can take the belt down just real quick off from the button, and you can take all of, come on girl, there, all of this off and you can have him bare. That's interesting. I saw that the first time. The color comes off a little bit and goes a little bit on his chest. Not too bad, but you can do that. And then you see that he has a soft cover on the chest. Just amazing. But again, like I said, here also the color comes a bit down. So I don't know what's that about. Weird, but I'm not going to display him without his gi. Oh, we can even tighten him up a little bit. I think it was the first. Yeah, we can tighten him up a little bit. That's cool, we're gonna do that. So even some options there. That's cool. A little bit tighter on the gi. Nicely. So we continue on the legs. A little bit weathering here also. Nicely textured on the pants here. These are rigid, these are soft. Same below here, but they left some space down below here. And the feet also nicely sculpted with toenails and with veins, and even the soles. So I don't know how much that was. Let's call it 10 for 10. So articulation. We got a lot. We have, due to the soft rubber cover on the upper body, we have a lot down. Really a lot down. I mean, I believe he's kind of, I don't know, like 6 foot, maybe a little smaller. So I don't know who we would look down to, but it works, and up to. It's restricted a little bit due to the gi, but like I said, with a little bit of an actual layer of super glue in the head peg hole, it's now better. Up works nice. A little bit of attitude, that's good. That happens, of course. That happens kind of with every storm, but I don't have a problem with that because you just pop it back in. So butterfly works nicely, how I like to say, and backwards too, really stressing it out. And nice cover for the butterfly, that works nicely. Joint is pretty tight, but you get up to here, and there we go, down. Nice, and of course all around. Bicep swivel on the shoulder, and double jointed elbow gives you a little over 90 degrees. I think since they can cover this good, I would say they should do this out of rubber, and then we would have a little bit more flexibility in the bicep, tricep area, so that maybe also the lower arm. And I think that would actually be very smart, if I may say so myself, because the peg is hard plastic. You pushed it in here, and then this and this would be soft, no breakage, even more tolerance. Maybe Popstorm Collectibles a private message. Let's see. But like I showed you on the hand, a lot of natural movement possible here. That's nice. Also, of course, due to the ball peg, the swivel. Waist swivel. Not a problem, not at all. You can do 360, but this is realistic. So there you go. The legs are a little bit limited. No drop down. Okay, a lot of lubricant here, but better than when it's too tight. So we got we got a multi-purpose joint. Let's pop this guy back in real quick. That was funny. Full split, as you saw, to the side and also to the front. But since the tolerance is rough, never happened. That's funny. You just pop him back in, and then it's all good. So, like I said, this is good. It's a modular design. Nothing breaks. Knees, same as with the arms, limited, little over 90 degrees. This flexible, this may be rigid. I think they will be golden. I think so, but it's their business. Leg is also has a little bit of a swivel inside the calf area here. And we got a ball joint on the lower leg, left down, a little up, but it's not really that we need it, and we humans can't do it pretty much either way. And if you rotate the ball pack in there, you can do way more. You just work the tolerances, right? And a toe tilt. So yeah, great articulation, and we check all of that out shortly in the back. But for weight, we got 217 grams, and he is roughly 15 centimeters to the top of the shoulder, with additional 2 centimeters to the head. So we come down to pretty much 17 centimeters in size, so something about 6 to 7 inches. So there you got your little first look of Ryu, and you see he's in a Tatsumaki, and you can also, of course, then put Ken in the block position. So there's a very nice, let's call it scenario already. That works awesome, and I think these guys look just stunning together. Really great. Like I said, he's got one wrong hand. I'm getting that, I hope, shortly, but there's that. And of course, I would say, I was just thinking, would I put him in a Hadouken now while he's here? Let's just focus on Ken. Let's get this guy out of the way. So, and then we put, whoops, his ball joint was out. Little update in between. I don't quite know what happened. The figure is good, nothing broke, but this all just came undone. And we also see a little bit on the inside. That's interesting. We have these pegs here, and these peg in up here and below here. And it's not, my cat is just doing a little bit of sounds. So it's not as fixed on there anymore. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna give that a check, and we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so this is now back in here again. It's looser than before, but you have a little bit of a threshold, and when you push it down, there is this threshold, and that actually works. Lily, what's up? Just meowing for the shits of it. Cats. But yeah, it's back in, and now we can pop the covers for the butterfly in again, and then we should be golden. Yeah, I think while I showed you the butterfly, it happens, because now it's pretty good in there again. That works, and the head is a little bit higher up, so that works now. But for some posing, finally, I hope you found this interesting. I sure did. So these guys still come greatly balanced, so you can get them up like this, get the toe tilt up. There he is, stands on the toe tilt, so that you see very nicely. But that's not all, because you can always put them up on those Storm Collectibles stands. Those are amazing, really stable. You see that you can rotate them, and they really hold them. Very cool. You can have all the poses. So usually in the game we see them like this from the back, the Shoryuken, but now you you can then even see them from the front. So that works nicely when you then put Ryu into his let's call him dying position. Let's just do it like this. So you can have the really great, like, I don't know, losing scene or dying scene or whatever. I think those are just great, and just for the shits of it. So I just had to take this stand for the Hadouken because I left the other in the front. So let's just try it real quick. I never did this live, so bear with me to do the Hadouken pose. So we need to utilize everything this guy has with the butterfly and with the wrist pegs actually going down and up, and rotate them like this, bring them to the front. Yeah, this is always where the butterfly is doing problems, but you need to work the tolerances. So you can put this guy up. It's a lot of work to get this pose working actually, because you need to put him forward, get the head back, get the arms to the front, work the tolerances, and it's not really easy to be done, you know? Yeah, it's not really possible on this one because he looks like this from the front, and when I try to get the butterfly in, it always pushes out. But from the side, you get the idea. It would work. You just need to severely work the tolerances, get the foot out to the front, or to the outside rather. So then you can make it work. It doesn't look as good as with Akuma, but if you work the tolerances, it should work. But of course, let's get this guy straightened out. And what is most important to many people who might want to get in on this line, do they scale with Mortal Kombat? The answer is not really. Cyrex works, but as you can see, the proportions are just way different. They are way leaner. Cyrex is a little bit bigger than his other ninja brethren, and this kind of works, but yeah, not really. Like when I look at this, those guys are not meant to be in the same universe. And to see that you get my point, and you see that these guys don't fare up with the actual ninjas. Here you also got Rain, and he is a significant bit shorter than Ken. And I don't think that should be the case. But also for the people that are watching Masterpiece Transformer reviews on my channel, because I got them standing around, Generation G Creations Rebel, aka IDW G1 Prowl, and one of the best masterpieces in the third-party sector, Generation Toys OPEX. So I think that should actually get you an idea. And excellent figure with a few weaknesses. That should give you an idea, right? So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Is he good? Of course, it's a great figure, but there's a little bit of bias involved, and it's also a little bit nostalgic, of course. Like what I said to you when we were in the top down, I have the fear that the quality is kind of a little bit going down. Like they still know what they're doing, and I think they know that we know that they know what they're doing. Because there are just mistakes happening now. Like that's what I also, looking there because I got it there, but you see it there. Why I pulled some points from paint application, articulation, and also engineering. Because it is still good, don't get me wrong. But the paint, these smudges everywhere, not one hand, perfect, everywhere spots on it. Weird spots on the gi, and the eye, his left eye a little bit upper. Also, I don't know about the weathering on the pants and everything, if that's intentional or I don't know. Then the popping joints, like I said, I usually enjoy it, but it's a little bit often, you know, like the arm pops out on the butterfly, then the upper body pops out from the lower body. That the head was actually a little bit too loose, like this one, that I needed to have some layer of super glue in there. Weird. Very, very, very weird. And the articulation could be improved. Like I said, I need to check back if they do soft like they do on the cover for the chest, on the bicep, maybe also lower on the upper arm, on the lower arm, and on the upper and lower leg. Actually, they would be a little bit, maybe they would be a little bit heavier, but I think they would improve on the flexibility. My 2 cents. Everything else on this, you see it yourself, is great. We get a lot of great presence. The playability is a lot of fun. The appearance overall is amazing. The materials overall are amazing, as always. And the value for money is, like I said, a bit down because all of these little mistakes here and there. And then also, that's the first time I love the accessories, you know, I really do. That's why I gave them 10. But it is kind of confused. Like I said, this super cool Hadouken would fit with a Ryu. And he would have needed more on his Shoryuken than this. Like the fire effect for another dude that's being burned and like flying to the side. I think that would work better. Nevertheless, great accessories. And it's also missing one. Like, what about this? And an additional hand when he's doing the piece. So that's a little bit missing, but it is nevertheless already a full package. So I don't have a big problem with that. So with that all, I can only recommend him. He's a lot of fun. You also saw that on the posing. A lot of possibilities, work the tolerances, and you're golden, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I hope you subscribe and leave a like and also comment. I would appreciate it. Just, you know, want to engage a little, guys. Comment on my channel. I almost hit 500. Let's get this channel to 500. What do you say? I would sure appreciate it. Also head on over to our Collectors Bay, Patreon, Teespring, and YouTube channel if you want a German podcast, Voice of Chaos weekly. And yeah, just hit us up. Also German Transformers fan group if you want there. So I would say I'll see you next time. Next week, Tuesday, Voice of Chaos, as always. I don't know if I'm gonna do 5-minute first looks. I only do them if there's a real topic. I don't want to give you all the, oh yeah, last week we have this and this week we have this, if there's a topic, you know. But there was a topic. I want to see if it's going somewhere, if it's working. And oh, it's not Voice of Chaos, it's Voice of Deviants on Tuesday. That it is. So we're doing that. And next Sunday, I'm sitting down with Lucas Butts, Wrestling with Evil from YouTube. Great dude, a lot of love for survival horror like Resident Evil, like myself. So we talk a lot, I'm looking forward to that. And then a big one is looming. We're gonna do Voltron very soon. I don't know when, I need to find the time because I'm working home office, I got a life still, Voltron takes a lot of time. We'll see how we do it. All right, guys? So like I said, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. It was beautiful weather. I was sitting here and doing a review, but at least I fixed my bike up. So there's that. Like I said, appreciate it. Have a great week. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.